The Girl Who Spoke to the World. Mina lived in a quiet village, surrounded by green fields and a small river. She was a bright student, but she had one big fear: speaking English. In her school, English was an important subject. Her teacher always said, "English is an international language. It connects you to the world." Mina understood grammar rules. She could write answers in exams, but when it came to speaking, she felt nervous. Her hands became cold and her voice shook. One day in class, the teacher asked, "Who can read this paragraph aloud?" Mina knew the answer. She had practiced it at home, but she looked down at her book and stayed silent. Inside her heart, she felt disappointed. A new beginning. One evening, Mina's cousin Arif came to visit from the city. He spoke English confidently and watched English movies without subtitles. Mina admired him. "How do you speak so well?" she asked. Arif smiled. "I practice every day. I read stories, listen to podcasts, and speak without fear." "Without fear?" Mina asked in surprise. "Yes," Arif said. "Fear is the biggest problem. Mistakes are normal." Before leaving, Arif gave Mina a small English storybook. The title was The Brave Little Bird. "Start with this," he said. "Read one story every day." That night, Mina opened the book. The story was simple but beautiful. It was about a small bird who was afraid to fly, but finally found courage. Mina felt connected to the bird. The power of daily practice. From that day, Mina created a routine. Morning, read one short English story. Afternoon, learn 5 new words. Evening, speak English for 10 minutes. Night, listen to an English audio. On the first day, she learned these words: courage, journey, believe, improve, opportunity. She wrote them in a notebook and made sentences. "I believe in myself. This is my learning journey. I want to improve every day." At first, her sentences were simple, but she did not stop. Speaking to the mirror. Mina started speaking English in front of a mirror. "Hello, my name is Mina. I am learning English. I am not afraid." Sometimes she laughed at herself. Sometimes she made grammar mistakes. But she continued. One day, her younger brother saw her speaking alone and asked, "Why are you talking to yourself?" Mina smiled and said, "I am practicing for my future." The first challenge. After 2 months, the school announced an English presentation day. Every student had to give a short speech. Mina felt nervous again, but this time she did not hide. She chose the topic, My Dream. She wrote, "My dream is to become a journalist. I want to speak to people from different countries. I want to tell their stories to the world." She practiced every day. She recorded her voice on her phone and listened carefully. She corrected her pronunciation. Sometimes she felt tired. Sometimes she wanted to quit. But she remembered the small bird from her storybook. "If the bird can fly, I can speak," she told herself. The big moment. Presentation day arrived. Students stood one by one and gave their speeches. Some spoke fluently. Some forgot their lines. When Mina's name was called, her heart beat fast. She walked to the front of the class. "Good morning, everyone," she began. Her voice was soft at first, but as she continued, her confidence grew. "I believe that language is a bridge. It connects hearts and minds." She finished her speech without stopping. The class clapped. Her teacher smiled proudly. "Very good, Mina. You have improved a lot." Mina felt something new. confidence. Learning from mistakes. Even after that success, Mina still made mistakes. One day, she tried to speak English with a tourist near the river. She wanted to give directions, but she mixed up left and right. The tourists looked confused. Mina felt embarrassed. That evening, she felt sad. Why do I still make mistakes? She thought. Then she realized something important. Making mistakes means you are trying something new. She went home and practiced giving directions in English. Turn left. Go straight. It is near the bridge. She turned her mistake into a lesson. A bigger dream. 1 year later, Mina's school organized an inter-school English debate competition. Her teacher encouraged her to participate. You have talent, the teacher said. Believe in yourself. Mina was surprised. A year ago, she was afraid to read one paragraph. Now she was thinking about debating in English. She accepted the challenge. The debate topic was Technology Improved Education. Mina prepared strong arguments. Technology provides online resources. Students can learn from international teachers. Education becomes more accessible. She practiced speaking clearly and confidently. She focused on pronunciation, tone, and body language. The debate day. The competition hall was large. Students from many schools were present. Mina felt nervous, but she was not afraid. When her turn came, she stood on the stage and began. Good afternoon, respected judges and friends. Today I stand before you to speak in favor of the topic. Her voice was strong and clear. She gave examples, shared ideas, and answered questions confidently. At the end of the competition, the judges announced the results. Second prize goes to Mina Rahman. Her friends cheered. Her teachers smiled proudly. Mina realized that English was no longer her weakness, it had become her strength. Speaking to the world. Years passed. Mina continued improving her English. She read novels, watched interviews, and listened to international news. She applied for a scholarship to study journalism in another country. During the interview, she spoke confidently in English about her dreams and goals. The interviewer said, "Your communication skills are impressive." A few months later, Mina received a letter. She had won the scholarship. Tears of joy filled her eyes. She remembered the shy girl who was afraid to read aloud. Now she was ready to speak to the world. The real secret. People often asked Mina, "How did you improve your English?" She always gave the same answer. "I practiced every day. I read interesting stories. I listened carefully. I spoke without fear, and I never gave up." She understood that learning English is not magic. It is a process, step by step, day by day, word by word. Stories helped her imagine, understand, and remember new words. Listening improved her pronunciation. Speaking built her confidence. Most importantly, she changed her mindset. She stopped saying, "I cannot." She started saying, "I am learning." A message for you. If you are learning English and feeling afraid, remember Mina's journey. You do not need to be perfect. You do not need to speak fast. You do not need to know every word. Start small. Read short and interesting stories. Learn a few new words daily. Speak simple sentences. Listen carefully. Practice regularly. One day, you will realize that English is no longer difficult. It will become your friend. And maybe, just like Mina, you will speak to the world. Moral of the story. Practice every day. Mistakes are teachers. Stories make learning interesting. Confidence grows with action. Never give up on your dreams.